This guy's airing it all out. He's airing out all his dirty laundry. Dirty laundry. The irony of the there goes my hero and the confession to make. Stop putting these people on pedestals. They're not perfect. We got somebody that has another confession to make, and it's Dave Grohl. There goes your hero. Watch him as he goes. That's what a lot of people are singing today, because we found out Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters came out with also, like, I was impressed that this fucker just came right out with it on Instagram. I was like, okay, this is either just guilty conscious or this is genius PR getting ahead of a scandal, because this guy's airing it all out. He's airing out all his dirty laundry. Dirty laundry. And he's letting us know about his confession to make. So Dave Grohl, the lead singer of Foo Fighters, admits or reveals, I suppose, that he welcomed a child recently, it seems, outside of his 21-year marriage to Jordan Blum. And the two of them have an 18-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And he talks about how he is working to earn back their trust and their forgiveness, and how he still wants to be a supportive father to this other child. And like I said, he had a confession to make, another one, and he made it. And I was reading previous comments about his wife and why he chose her. And he talked about how he had kind of an eye-opening moment when one of the members of Foo Fighters OD'd, and how he was always this, like, single man on the road, and Dave Grohl, we're talking about here, was always the single man on the road and rock star life and didn't want to settle down, and old habits die hard. No, I'm just kidding. And how with his wife, he found someone he could really trust. He couldn't, there was nothing to hide. He didn't have to fake it. And, 21 years later, here they are. And what was so interesting to me about this story is how, the irony of the there goes my hero and the confession to make. Like, you talk about Miss Cleo, this bitch has arrived in the form of Dave Grohl. You can't make that up. But how his fans are really so devastated because of everything I've talked about. How every, people and adoring, loyal followers and listeners put these people in hopes and dreams into them as if they have to be the perfect specimen. And I read a great piece actually in USA Today that basically said, stop putting these people on pedestals. They're not perfect. Okay, just because he's a killer musician, that means he has to be like a perfect sample of a man all around and be a walking, breathing Gandhi. What is this? So, he done fucked up. He done try to make up for it. But it just, again, makes you think, stop putting so much emphasis, circle jerk, on your heroes, be it musicians, be it actors, be it politicians, be it your neighbor Sally, because they ain't all they cracked up to be, and that's okay. Lastly, I'll leave you with this. Here is a ride or die bitch. She's a true G, who I will say is all she's cracked up to be. And this sums all of this up on this mystical magic tour bus ride with Jamie Lee Curtis.
He is a fantastic talent. These people should shut the fuck up, back the fuck off, and let this woman just shine her light.
She is known for being somebody who is what you see is what you get. She says what she thinks. She doesn't give a fuck, and it is just always iconic. And I know this firsthand because she was actually one of the very first selfie stick interviews that I did hitting the scene in Hollywood, wide-eyed with my baby fat and my amber red hair that was super questionable. I asked her what advice she would give to an up-and-coming female actor who maybe wanted to pull a Kim Kardashian and get a jump start by showing her body on with photos, videos, whatever it be, showing her body on the internet, and without thinking twice, all up in the selfie. Here's what she had to say.
Every single photograph of you on the internet will come back to bite you in the ass. They search through the databases every single thing you've ever posted. So all of you young girls with your red Solo cups, drinking at parties in college, beware.
From the woman herself. Perfection.
Agree or disagree, instant legend. So her being in this constant legendary glory, she actually did a recent interview and she talks about how she's kept her 40-year marriage alive. And this, even like as it pertains to humanity and, you know, and compassion, like the Dave Grohl and Shailene Woodley thing, but even like the bigger picture, you know, whether it be like the Brittany Mahomes, the Taylor Swift, the politics, all this. She kind of says, you know what? Yes, you have to, you know, have love and compassion, but you also have to have a healthy dose of hatred. At that point, you are going to literally hate each other on some level. And if you don't, something is wrong. But the point is you commit and you work through it despite that. And ain't that our society embodied? She even goes on to make a metaphor about being marriage and really committing to it, right? Being almost like, I forget if she said a bus or a train, but really riding it out. Because even through all of the patches, if you ride it out and you commit long enough, the scenery changes. So with all of that said, let's get on the bus. You can get on my bus, you know, and whether or not we want to live in the current present of the context of what has been and what's been before and what's to come in the present, and because we live in the context and all this, y'all are welcome on my school bus anytime.